Hi, it's Mark with Acme Stove again, and in this video we're going to address cleaning your fireplace glass. First question is, why does my fireplace have glass? Well, in general, the reason it's going to have a glass front is to improve the efficiency of the unit. It gets a little bit more complicated than that, but for the purposes of this video, we'll leave it right there. What kind of glass is on my fireplace? There are two main types of glass that you're going to find on a gas fireplace. The first is tempered glass, and the second is going to be ceramic glass. Both of these types of glasses are known for their resistance to breaking, for their impact resistance and heat resistance. Ceramic glass is used in this industry especially for its infrared transparency. In other words, it will allow more heat to pass through into the room from the fire than an equivalent tempered glass of the same size and thickness. So why do I need to clean the glass on my fireplace? The main reason is to remove the residue that builds up on the inside of the glass. This residue is a byproduct of combustion for both natural gas and propane. Either one is going to produce this residue. Even if you don't use your fireplace that often, if you still have a pilot light, then this residue is going to be produced. It can be difficult sometimes for us to convince customers that they are in fact getting a residue building up on their glass, usually because it accumulates over time, slowly over time. Sometimes they don't notice it right away until it gets really, really bad. But often when we do go out and we clean the glass, we will get the reaction of, oh wow, that looks so good. I had no idea my glass was that dirty. So definitely recommend cleaning your gas fireplace glass at least once a year, especially if you use it quite often. So what happens if you don't clean the residue off the glass? This residue, once it builds up and if you let it sit year after year after year, it can cause a number of different effects. The most common ones being what we call etching, or you end up with a haze on the glass that does not go away, and it has kind of a rough texture to it if you run your hand over it. This is damage to the glass. Another type of damage that can occur is you get little tiny cracks that form around the glass, and this is usually harder to see unless you shine a bright flashlight at the right angle through the cracks, and then you can see it. Both of these are damage to the glass and will result in the glass having a higher likelihood of breaking. So it is very important to clean this residue off of your glass before it damages the glass. And worst case scenario, it can damage it enough to actually cause the glass to weaken and break. So right now I'm going to take you over to a couple different fireplaces. I'm going to show you how to remove the glass. Some fireplaces require a tool to remove the glass, a proprietary tool that usually comes with the unit, and some fireplaces have clips that you can manipulate with your hands to remove the glass. So let's go take a look. Okay, the first unit we're going to show you is this Mendota FV44i. To remove the glass, you will usually have some type of front like this that you just grab a hold of, gently lift up, and it should come off. It just has these slots that slide down onto barrel nuts on the glass frame. Pull that away. This particular glass takes a glass tool like this. You can see this one's very well used. There are two spring clips at the top. You hook the tool into the clip, pull forward, lift up slightly, and let it spring back. Do the same for the other side. Keep your hand on the glass, don't let it fall out. Gently tilt it forward, lift it up off the chassis, and there's your glass. To reinstall it, just reverse the process. Slot these into the holes at the bottom on either side. Tilt the glass forward. Hook it into the spring clip. Pull forward, tilt it down. Make sure it's seated, give it a little tug, make sure it doesn't slip off. Do the same on the other side. And again, give it a little tug, make sure it doesn't slip off. Grab your front. Gently slide it down onto the barrel nuts. Give it just a little wiggle, make sure it's fully seated. So this Mendota D40 just has some doors. It doesn't have a front that you lift off like the other one. Just has some doors that you open up. And then a compartment you flip down here. And another little grill piece that you kind of pull off from up top. It's just held on by magnets. And there are spring clips, 2 spring clips at the bottom that you can grab onto with your hand, pull out, lower down. And then you can tilt the glass out and lift up and pull it off. There are slots on the top of this frame that go onto 2 pieces up here. You just want to make sure you reslot those when you put the glass back on. To put it back on, slot them back, let the glass hang, close it, and then pull the spring clips out, kind of roll them up, careful not to pinch your fingers, and your glass is secure. Now, to clean the glass, we strongly recommend you use a glass cleaner that is specifically designed for use with gas fireplace glass. Do not use ammonia-based cleaners or any type of window spray. That's not going to be, 1, it doesn't work very well, and 2, it can actually damage the glass. So make sure whatever cleaner you're using is designed specifically for gas fireplaces. We also use lint-free shop towels in order to clean the glass. Apply a small amount, enough to cover the glass, once you start spreading it around. Take your towels, apply a little bit of pressure, just a little bit. If you hear any cracking, stop. Might be pressing too hard. Doesn't require a lot, but it does require some pressure. Spread it around, buffing and polishing the glass until you have every inch of it covered. Make sure you get in the corners. Careful not to damage the gasket. Once you're done with that, you notice how much residue came off of that glass. You're going to take a clean towel at this point, apply a little bit more pressure, and buff the glass. This may require more than 1 pass depending on how dirty this glass was. Get all of that cleaner off. Lift it up and inspect it. You can shine a light through it to look for cracks. Look for any spots you may have missed. And if it looks good, just reinstall your glass and you're all done. All right, I hope you found that helpful. This is by no means a comprehensive service on your gas fireplace. A trained service technician would have a number of other safety checks and operational checks they would perform. This is just something you can do if you notice your gas fireplace glass is looking a little dirty. This is something that is designed for homeowners to be able to do. Make sure you always check your manual, your gas fireplace manual, for the specific procedure to remove and replace your gas fireplace glass. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave one below. Consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Again, as always, take care and stay warm.